Hello students, today we shall do your chapter 6 from your superb English grammar book, the tryout 1. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the adjectives given in the brackets. Number 1, one day my old brother began to test my knowledge. Now we have to use the degree of comparison for old over here. Now children, as we know, old can be in the comparative degree elder or older, and in the superlative degree it can be eldest or oldest. But over here, how to know where to use elder and where to use older? Now elder is used only for people and older is used for people and things like older house or older building, like that. Now it is very important to note that when we use elder, we are talking about relationships which are within a family, like your brother, your sister, immediate family we are talking about. Then we use the comparative degree elder and not older. We can also use older, but when we are talking within the family we will use elder. So since over here I am saying one day I am talking about my own brother who is elder to me began to test my knowledge. So elder is more appropriately correct than older. Next, number 2. Who was the dash powerful king of the Maurya dynasty, he asked. Now when we are talking about dynasty means there must be many kings. Now we are comparing the most powerful king among all the kings. So more and most are the comparative degrees. So who was the most powerful king of the Maurya dynasty? Had we compared between only two kings, then we would have used the comparative degree more. But since we are comparing with all the kings of the Maurya dynasty, therefore we are writing the superlative degree as most. Number 3. I have dash little knowledge of history, but I am dash confident that I know geography well. Now over here I have less knowledge of history, but I am confident. Now confident itself is in its positive degree of adjective. It does not require any comparative or superlative, because we are talking only about the subject geography here. We are not comparing it with history. The person is saying I have less knowledge of history, but I am confident that I know geography well. We will not use more confident or most confident, because we never use double comparatives and double superlatives. More confident becomes a double comparative, and double superlative is most confident. So we don't use that. But I am confident because it is in the positive degree itself. Next, number 4. All right, Mount Everest, the high peak of the world, is in India, right or wrong? Wrong, it is in Nepal. Now we are comparing the Mount Everest to all the peaks in the world. So what are the degrees of comparison? High, higher and highest. We will use highest over here because one mountain is being compared to all the other mountains in the country. So we will use highest. Had we compared Mount Everest to some other mountain, then we would have used higher. Number 5. Of the two peaks. Now over here you will have your concepts clear. Of the two peaks, Kanchenjunga and Nanda Devi, which one is higher? Here, because we are comparing two peaks, Kanchenjunga and Nanda Devi, the two peaks which we are being compared, therefore we use the comparative degree higher. Number 6. Which planet is the dash small in the solar system? Now in the solar system we know there are many planets, so we will use the comparative degree smallest. Which one is the largest in the solar system? Jupiter. Of South Korea and Thailand, which country is richer? Since we know the comparative degrees of rich are richer and richest, therefore since we are comparing only two countries, therefore we will use the comparative degree richer and not the superlative degree richest. Number 9. You know your geography well. It was a great pleasure interacting with you, said my brother. Now greatest will not be there because it is in its positive degree itself. It was a great pleasure interacting with you. There is no comparison over here with anybody else. So it will remain in its positive or root form only. Next, tryout 2. Find the errors and replace the wrong words. Now number 1. No other fruit is as nutritious than banana. Now over here, had it been no other fruit is as nutritious as banana, it would have been correct. But the error over here is than. So we have to replace it by as. Now when a comparison is made between two people or things of equal value, then we use as nutritious as beautiful as in the sentence. But this as nutritious than is the error. Than is the error over here. Next, number 2. Asia is the larger continent in the world. We know large, larger, largest. Had we compared Asia with any other singular continent like Africa or Australia or something, then we would have written larger. But here, because we are comparing it to all other continents in the world, therefore we will use largest. Next, number 3. Lead is dash heaviest metal. The article A over here is wrong. Lead is the heaviest metal. Now, Nitin is the good player in our team. Now, good is the error over here. Nitin is the best player in our team because the team has got many players. Nitin is one of the players who is being compared to all the other players. So, good, better, best. Therefore, had we compared Nitin to any other one player, then we would have written better. But over here, we will write is the best player in the team because he is the best player among all the other players in the team. So, good is the error and best is the right word. Number 5. This is the worst situation. This is the worst situation is correct. Why? Because we are comparing all the other situations which could have gone wrong. So, this is the worst situation is correct. Number 6. She is a very sweetest girl. She is a very sweet girl because it will mean in its root form only. Sweet, sweetest, sweetest. We are not comparing her to any other girl. Then we would have used she is more sweeter than her. Otherwise, had she is the most sweetest girl in the school, had we compared her with all the other schools. But here we are just mentioning about her. She is a very sweet girl. So we are not comparing her. We are just telling her basic nature as sweet. So this is sweetest is the error and sweet is the correct form. Now we come to the end of this worksheet. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment sections. I will help you. Now children, the explanation of this chapter, I will link the video in the description box. Please go through the explanation of degrees of comparison of adjectives. I have explained it in detail. You have to know those rules, then you can find these exercises very easy. If you like my video children, please subscribe to my channel and keep the notification button on so that whenever I post a new video, you are notified about it. Kindly subscribe children. Thank you.